Alright you guys, welcome back once again to the channel. So in today's video, I'm going to do a reaction to a fan film, a short fan film that I have saved on my playlist here, on my watch later list, but I have not had the chance to stop and just kind of sit down here in my area and do a little bit of filming, do a little bit of reacting. So I have not had a chance to do that, but now I have the chance and I'm super excited to check this one out. Okay, this one here that we're going to check out today is called The Spider, a horror Spider-Man fan film by Locust Garden. Okay, and I am really excited to check this one out because I mean, let's just begin with this by saying everybody relates to Spider-Man. Everybody in this world, I think. There's no one that I have met that does not relate to this character. We have all gone through life, through what is it, hormonal or what is it, puberty changes and all these things, growth and falling in love and going to school, leaving home, moving out, getting a place for yourself, finding a job, and then of course outside of that was the fictional part where they become something that they never imagined they would become, like in this case a superhero, being bitten by a radioactive spider and becoming a superhero, right? Like a Spider-Man. And I love that whole story idea right there. That is beautiful. So I think that all of that just makes this character very lovable and very relatable to a lot of people out there. So I have loved every film that has been released for this character, even with Tobey Maguire, with Andrew Garfield, with Tom Hardy. Tom Holland. Tom Hardy is Venom, I know that. But Tom Holland, he's also played a wonderful Spider-Man, even in the animated one with Into the Spider-Verse, I believe. I haven't seen the latest one that was released, just like probably the beginning of it. But I'm like a semi-fan of that animation. I'm not too much of a fan of that animation, but I don't hate it either. But I think just watching too much of that just kind of it took me out. I mean, I love a lot of realism, so I think that that when I see these in live action, I get more what do you call that? Like just I'm more engaged. I'm definitely more invested into it, you know what I mean? So but I've never seen a horror take on this character. I've definitely seen serious elements in it, like especially in the new movie involving Tom Holland with Spider-Man No Way Home, right? So that Spider-Man No Way Home, that one definitely took a serious turn where it got a little dark because of the death of Aunt May, and we had Tom Holland's character just lose it, you know what I mean, especially at the end of the film. Fight sequences were great. So but we have a lot of these dark elements that come up in these films. Even with Andrew Garfield's character, I believe he just talked a little bit about his experience when he just kind of went rogue, or whatever you call it, because of MJ's death. But before I start to derail somewhere else here, I have loved all the films that have been released. Okay, so but I've always been excited to see a very horrifying take onto this character. I think I've seen a small what's it called, a small animated one. I forgot the channel, the name of the channel, but I did see a small one where it was very dark and Spider-Man looked evil and all that, but it was just like a trailer, almost like a teaser. So I mean, I'm definitely gonna see a part 2 on that once it's released. Hopefully I get notified here. But in this one here that I want to check out, it's definitely a short horror fan film, so I cannot wait to jump into this. Let me know what you guys think down below after the video here, and of course I will also give you guys my thoughts. All right, you guys, so also I want to say thank you guys for being patient. Thank you for the subscribers that have been subscribing. Thank you for the comments, you guys, and I'm sorry that I've taken so long to post. I really don't mean it on purpose. I got sick, so I definitely was out for like 2 days or so, and then took some extra time as well to recover and just take it easy on myself. Did some drawing on the side, just kind of took it, just laid low basically, so I'm very excited to come back and I'm healed 100%. So all right, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this one here, and let's check it out. I'll give you guys my thoughts right after. Let's go. Locust Garden Pictures. All right, man, I'm definitely gonna subscribe to this. Check it out. Okay, we got the actor for Peter. Ooh, okay. Oh, beautiful picture, man.
Oh, man.
Okay, I love how they like went through everything pretty fast.
Let's just go, dude. I'm gonna take his wallet.
It's just a kid.
What, kids don't have wallets?
What are you gonna take his lunch money? Just broke off his legs. Leave him alone. Let's just go.
Hey, man, just...
Oh my god! Wow! Is that his flesh? Oh my god! Oh, that was the other guy's flesh. Oh Jesus! Wow!
Here, darling, are you okay in there?
Yeah.
Your uncle needs to use the restroom.
Okay, yeah, I'll be in a second.
Peter?
I was gonna say, just step on it. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's really cool. Oh, dear God. Jesus. Wow. Oh, I know where this is going. Oh, I know where this is going. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Oh, Mr. Parker.
I was wondering he was gonna pass
Peter,
out.
wake up.
Are you asleep in my class, Parker? Peter?
Oh! What? This is fantastic.
Peter? Hey, my name is Jimmy. I'm the paramedic. You know where you are right now?
Look at his face. growing legs? Oh my God! Did he stab?
Happening around New York, and they're all connected. Just the other day, we caught some photos of a kid scaling the side of a building like a spider. You want to know what I know? Well, let me tell you. There's something
May?
dark brewing in the underbelly of this city. I can feel it in my bones.
Oh, that's
And
Uncle
the Daily
Ben.
Bugle have been covering all the strange accidents happening all around New
And
York.
that's
Peter, is that you?
that's James. Oh, what is
Can I
it?
come in?
No!
Why not? You can talk to me.
Jameson, something like that.
What did we say about responsibility, Peter? Peter,
Oh, there's blood on the handle. Oh God. Pete's loud. Oh God.
Peter,
No, please!
Oh, what does he look like?
Ben! Peter!
A kid scaling the side of a building like a spider. And now we have this freak ambulance crash covered in spider webs. 2 dead paramedics.
Okay. Where are you guys hiding? Peter! Peter? Oh.
Wow, look at all those. Oh my God, it's so horrifying. Oh. No! What? Oh, this changed my whole perspective on this Spider-Man guy now. Oh my God. Wow, this is so good. Jesus. She ain't running from no criminals. She's actually running from Spider-Man this time. Oh my God, look how dark it looks. Jesus. All right, you guys, there you have it. That was The Spider, a horror Spider-Man film or fan film by Locust Garden. So, you guys, this was, I mean, I hate to say this, but this was more accurate. It seemed more accurate than the actual, like, you know, superhero story we all know, we all have come to know and love, you know? Yeah, so let's begin by talking about, like, the similarities I immediately noticed regarding the first thing that happened to him. Well, we get this intro where he gets bit by the spider. It's like a quick sequence of events, right? He's in the lab, or yeah, he's like there entering as a student. The spider gets on him, bites him, and then he heads home and starts having all these like weird episodes, right? And he starts kind of losing it, and everything starts sticking to him. Okay, his first victim, right, is these people that obviously want to rob him. Looks like they ran him over or something. They hit him with the car. And you just hear the voices as he's struggling on the ground there, as he's hurt on the floor there, on the pavement, struggling to get up. And you hear the voices of these two people saying, or this one guy saying, "I'm gonna take his wallet," and he's just a kid. I mean, kids, like kids don't have wallets or whatever. Like you hear this dialogue between these two characters, and I love how that was captured there. Very, very well done. I'm glad that they didn't even have to get any screen time, these characters, until of course they made contact with our character here, Peter. I love how the dialogue was just kind of like in the background as he's struggling. It almost made it seem like if you were to God forbid, right? If anybody in this world here were to get into an accident like this, right? You would just hear these voices in the background, but your perspective, your focus would be on like staying alive, getting up, and seeing what you can do to, relieve yourself off of there. But you would just be hearing these voices. So I'm glad that scene was filmed that way. Finally, we get this character that makes contact with him, and he rips his flesh off of his hands. I didn't even think that was gonna happen. It turns out he's so sticky that he can like tear the flesh off of somebody's skin, which was insane. Like how sticky is his hand? You know what I mean? I love the way they captured that. It looked really painful, very graphic. And so of course this character goes home and starts to notice these weird changes in himself and starts to experiment like his abilities. Eventually, like he goes from being freaked out because things won't come off his hands to being really excited. And so we get this like sort of superhero enjoying his new superpowers kind of thing, right? Where a lot of superhero fans, they want to see this in these characters. They want to see that when they develop these powers, they actually go through a moment of enjoyment, right? Rather than fear all the time. They see it as something that is almost like a new life, a rebirth, you know what I mean? And they sort of like see it as enjoyable, something like the Avatar character, right? In the first Avatar movie, when he gets into one of the avatars, it's just like you can feel his joy when he gets into this character, right? He starts developing this, like the ability to walk and run and all these things. You just feel so immersed because it's relatable. You get this also through the Superman character in Man of Steel, where he is also developing his ability to fly, like go miles and miles away, or eventually holding his speed, going around the planet or whatever. Andrew Garfield, the way he discovers his Spider-Man powers. Tobey Maguire, same thing. So this is what we get here in this short film here, where this Peter is starting to enjoy this ability that he's developed. But it very, very abruptly, just very fast, turns into this problematic thing, because now he's getting freaked out, where he's having these very horrific hallucinations. All these like weird things are going through his head, these glimpses of images, and then all of a sudden he just kind of throws up, and it starts to get really gross and all of that. So it goes from like what we already know, this Spider-Man character, what he develops, into very horrifying and gore. Like it just goes straight to that. He goes through these horrifying changes where he starts losing his teeth, which reminded me of The Fly. He's going to mutate into something like a spider, right? This very much looked like The Fly. Well, then this guy, first he was experimenting these powers, and I think this film was actually inspired by The Fly, just because it had lots of relatable elements, just like the original 1990s or 80s movie. I don't know if it was in the 80s or 90s when it took place. I think 89, something like that. It started off as him enjoying his abilities, becoming stronger, but then of course he began to fall apart. Like the fly started to grow inside his human body, and eventually it his body almost became a cocoon, right? It eventually broke out of his skin and everything fell off, and you just see this ugly insect. So this is almost like what was happening to this poor guy. And same thing like in District 9, this poor guy also as well, right? You see him not necessarily enjoying these changes that are happening to him, more just like freaking out the entire time, and then eventually turning into a creature, an alien, those aliens that arrived in planet Earth, right? They look like cockroaches or something, but or like grasshoppers, something like that. But you see him mutating slowly into that and looking horrifying each time, right? So this definitely connected to that once we saw that process happening to Peter, right? And then of course it just turns to him becoming a villain and feasting on human flesh. So he goes to his room, and he gets home and gets to his room, and then we see him almost like pass really fast behind Uncle Ben there. That was already a horrifying scene right there. Just when something just goes by super fast and person has no idea Yeah, that was very good. I love how they did that. Very, very horror-esque, right? Very good. So Uncle Ben knocks on Peter's door and says, "Hey, you know." Eventually, he gets in, and you can hear Peter in the other side of the door, begging him not to come in, right? Like, please, Uncle Ben. So, like, the human side of him is still conscious, but at the same time, you can tell that he's so afraid he will lose control and eventually kill his own uncle. Oh my God, like, this is crazy, man. This is just out of the story that we all love here. But yeah, man, he's eventually, Uncle Ben gets in there and he ends up killing him, man, which was like, it was horrifying. Like the way that it cuts into, him eating Uncle Ben, like as soon as Aunt May gets home, tries to look for them both, and then makes her way to Peter's room and sees this, like all these webbings all around. And oh my gosh, it was horrifying. This is perfect. So yeah, the way this was all done, the environment, the darkness, everything was just well captured. And it almost looks like it was always raining in the city, or it was just like there was no daytime. Now I like that. It just seemed dark and gloomy. So very, very good. I love the color grading for this. Going back to Aunt May going into the room, she sees Peter fully formed into a spider with I believe it's 8 eyes, right? And his face. Already like fully mutated into a spider, feasting on Uncle Ben. That was very terrifying. Oh my God. Eventually that shot cuts off, and where Aunt May is screaming and just looking into these creepy, horrible eyes of the spider, or what used to be her nephew, right? No longer. He is now mutated into a spider. And yeah, I mean, it just kind of goes into credits, rolling credits, and then he just eventually shows the scene where this young girl is running away, and then he obviously takes her down too, and then just starts chopping her up. And I'm just like, okay, this would be actually like very, very good to see in a film where there's this another, the multiverse thing going on, where in this other universe you get this guy that actually becomes a spider, where he is fully mutated and almost like the Abomination, things just go the wrong way with him, and he just turns into a really bad person, feasting on innocent people. I mean, we already have that, right, with Venom, with Carnage, right? These Spider-Man looking characters as well, that are evil, that are fleshy, they're symbiotes or whatever, getting into people's bodies. Why not have somebody that fully mutates into a spider and just feasts on people? And then this person faces Spider-Man, but of course, we'd have to have, rather than him just looking like a spider, him having a combination between human and spider, like a failed experiment. Oh my God, that would be superb. Like, I would watch that movie. I would love that. That would be definitely a horror take on the Spider-Man story. I would really love to see that. And I love the whole environment here, the whole color grading. If that film can be like that, right, can be approached like that, that would be great. That would just be a good standalone film right there. You know what I mean? So let me know what you guys thought about this. I thought this was really well done. I'm so happy that I have finally got a chance to check this out, and I'm finally happy that I have the energy to finally, do some reviewing and some more reactions for you guys. And I want to appreciate all of you also for watching this with me. And once again, let me know what you guys thought about this one. Let me know what stood out to you. If I missed something, also remind me of what I missed here and there, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great night. Take care. Peace.
Subscribe.